Welcome to Mary's Eclectic Interests. Today I'll be preparing Molasses Bran Muffins. In the back row we have 1 cup of wheat bran. Next to it is 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour. This is not sifted flour. This is just regular 1.5 cups. Next to that is 1 cup of milk. In the middle aisle we have 1/4 cups of nuts. And this particular one is walnuts. I usually use walnuts or pecans, but you could use whatever you like. This is 1/2 cup of raisin, 3/4 cups of applesauce, and over here is 1/2 cup of molasses. You can use honey. I've never done it with honey, so I have no idea what it's going to taste like. I happen to like the taste of molasses, so that's where I go. This is 2 eggs beaten. Next to it is 2 tablespoons of oil. That would be right here. I'm using olive oil, but you can use your favorite. And right next to the olive oil, there is 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and next to that is 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Now it's quite a few ingredients. So let's get that put aside here, because how am I going to make it if I have everything sitting here? And they're going to be made in you'll need 2 bowls to do this. So I want to whisk together my dry ingredients. So here we go. This is the flour. Okay, I just did the 1.5 cups of wheat flour. This is the 1 cup of bran. 2 things down, and the teaspoon of baking soda and baking powder. Okay, now I'm going to put that aside. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of whisk this around so it's blended in and not all sitting in one spot. Oh, there's a little clump here. Let's get rid of that. Now it also says I should put in my raisins and my nuts. So here goes the 1/2 cup of raisins. I'm going to have to take this out. And my 1/4 cups of nuts. Now sometimes I will put in chocolate chips, but I'm going to do this recipe exactly as it is and not add my extra ingredients. Now I'm going to set that bowl over here. I'm going to bring in another bowl. This is where all the wet ingredients go. Now, what should I start with? Let's start with milk. Okay. And this is the one that's going to be hard to get out. That was your 1 cup of milk. This is okay, I'm going to put in the 1/2 cup of molasses, but I'm going to, there. I actually like the smell of this too. Okay, and here comes the applesauce. Now when I buy applesauce, because I'm not a real big applesauce eater, I buy those little snack pack applesauce. But if you're one that likes applesauce and eats it up, it's less expensive to buy the larger container of applesauce. Let's do some mixing here. What did I do? Here's my little whisk. And I'm just going to start mixing these in a little bit. See if I get some of that. Oh, there goes the molasses. It's starting to blend in. All right, actually it looks kind of like chocolate milk, or a caramel color, I guess. Now I'm getting in, it wants me to put in the oil and the eggs. Here goes the oil. And here comes the eggs. Looks like I'm going to be doing dishes. go. Now then what it's saying is to combine the wet ingredients with the dry ingredients. Now I'm not that fussy when I do things. I have a tendency to throw everything together, but I'm trying to follow this recipe to the T. Okay, I'm not going to need this anymore. All right, now let's bring this one over here and bring in the dry ingredients. I'm not sure if I want to pour it all in at once. Well, let's try it. There. Everything is together. Let's mix it up. Now I've already preheated my oven at 400 degrees. And I've already prepped my muffin tins. It's supposed to make 12 muffins. And I always use paper liners, but if you don't have them, you can just grease your muffin tins. And they will come, it'll work the same way. I've never really greased muffin tins, so I guess I shouldn't advise that. I've always used some sort of paper liner. I did buy something new, so I won't have to buy paper liners, but I haven't used them yet. Now I can see on the bottom of this, there's flour on the bottom. I want to get all of that up. And one thing nice, you don't need a mixer. You just do all of this by hand. Okay, I think I have it all. Now all those ingredients, it doesn't take that long to put it together. Now let's see how messy I can be getting all of this into this. I wonder if I should do it. Nope, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to have to do it this way. I like to use one of these. Oh, got a little something on there. I'm going to miss my chocolate chips in this, aren't I? But I'm trying to keep this nutritious. Whoops. And I know, here. And I could always, if I have extra batter, I can always go around and fill these up more instead of putting too much in one. Get that in there. I'm getting more on me. I never said I was a very neat baker. Yeah. And I'm hoping this will, I don't want to make more than, I don't want to have this all done and find out, oh, I have to make 6 more or have another. I would like to get them all in. And there's a lot left here. I'm wondering, are you sure? I wonder if they use those larger muffin tins. Oh man, I have a lot left. Okay, now it's time to refill everything else. Because it says just 12 muffins. Doesn't say 12 large muffins, just 12 muffins. So now we're going to try and fill these up a little bit further. Now normally I add a whole bunch of extra junk in, and that's why I know I have more than 12. I usually make 12 and 3 more, but this time I didn't add anything to the recipe. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, my little paper liners are falling. Well, I think that's about as full as I'm going to get these. And they are full. And I still have some left. Oh, that one tipped over too. I wonder if I used a little fork here and straighten this one out. Come on. There it goes. And I have another one over here that's kind of, I'm going to push it. See if I can pull it up. I don't like getting my, there. Okay. Push this up, bring this over. I found one I can get some more of this batter in. There we go. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. I'm going to be putting these on the middle shelf. And I'm going to cheat. I'm not going to use, I'm just going to do this for 15 minutes with a cheap timer. I'm going to clean up this mess. Now here's the bran muffins. They're out. And I put these in for 15 minutes. It says 15 minutes or more. I put a toothpick in and none of the batter came out, so I'm hoping they're done. But I'm a little concerned that they might have overcooked, so let's find out. So here's my little bran muffin. Let's get this over on the side. If you want, you can slice it and put butter. I'm one of these people that normally doesn't, but let's see how moist it is or if it's overdone. It is done, but I think I would have left it in maybe a minute or two less. So what am I going to do with all of these? Well, I'm going to show you. First of all, I'm going to take all the wrappers off. So I'm going to take these all out of here. And I usually take the wrappers off because when you do put something in the freezer and then you take things out, sometimes these wrappers, they're not real good quality and they get kind of soggy. So I just like to take them off. And they're coming off really good on these. And I could throw all of this away. So this is what I do. I put them in a Ziploc bag, a freezer bag. Bran muffins. I'm just going to put November 2021. Welcome to Mary's Eclectic Interests. Today I'll be making Lora's ginger cookies. In the back we have 2 and 1/4 cups all-purpose flour, 1 cup of packed dark brown sugar, 1/4 cup of molasses, This is unsulfured molasses. 1 extra large egg, and this is 1.5 sticks of unsalted butter in the front. 2 teaspoons of baking soda. That's 2 teaspoons baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of ginger. Now in the back, there's this extra little bowl of granulated, I have raw sugar. You can use whatever sugar you want. I just happen to like this on the top. Here we go. Now, I've already preheated my oven at 375 degrees. I've lined, not very well, my 2 baking sheets with parchment paper. Okay, the first thing I have to do is sift, and that usually makes kind of a mess. Sift the flour, baking soda, salt, cinnamon, and ginger. Okay, so that's all of this stuff. The dry ingredients. That's what we're going to do. So let's do a little at a time. Now, if you don't have a sifter, I've just whisked it together and it works just as well. So I'm just going to put a little bit of everything in here because I'm going to have to do this in twos because I have a small sifter. I do like these glass bowls because you can see what I'm doing. Now watch, I'm going to sneeze. It's the flour. Okay, let's refill this. I wonder if I could just dump this in here now. Yep, worked pretty good. And then I can take all of the other stuff and get rid of it. I think I should have brought my cameras up a little bit further. Okay, that's taken care of. Because I did this in 2 stages, I'm just going to do this. And that'll get the rest of it together. Okay, we're going to set this aside. All right, we have another bowl. And it wants me to cream together the butter and the brown sugar. Well, here's... Oh, I don't know if I like this. Well, we'll see how it's going to work. Butter. And I thought I had a spatula over here. Uh-oh. Rule number 1. Never plug in your mixer until after you get these in. So I unplugged it. So the last thing you need to do is accidentally turn this on and hurt yourself. Now this one does not want to go in. Okay, did I get them in backwards? There it goes. Okay, now I can plug it in. Okay, here we go. High speed until light and fluffy, about a minute. Okay, let's count it out. I'm going to start low. Now, if you're wondering, I'm a little cautious on this because this is really not a mixing bowl. This is really a punch bowl. But I bought these at one of the thrift stores, mainly because you can see through them. And when I'm doing these shows, I don't have to try and bend everything. So I might do this a little bit longer because I'm trying to get it there. Let's do it a little bit longer. Got that done, and we have this done. Now what's it say to do? Oh, I have to put in the egg. Let's get rid of this. And the molasses. That's the last of the ingredients, really. There's the egg. And here's the molasses. Here we go on medium speed. Well, let's start it out slower than that. All right. Looks kind of nice, doesn't it? Now I have to put the flour mixture in there in this bowl. I don't think it's large enough for the flour mixture. So I wonder what would happen if I did it in reverse. And it says it's going to be stiff. No kidding. Oops. So this is not the way you're supposed to do it the reverse way, but this bowl is not going to be big enough to do it in. So I would rather feel a little safer having more room. Oh, I got flour all over me. That's why I should have had on my apron. So let's do really slow. Boy, that's slow. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna move this around a little bit. Get some of the flour up above. Well, I'm glad I didn't use the whole wheat flour because that would have meant more liquids. I think I used to make these all the time. It's amazing. But if you don't do something for many a year, because I haven't done this since, oh, I take that back. It's been more than 5 years. It's probably been 10 years since I made these. Okay, I think we're doing good here. Okay, this is what the batter looks like. I did remember you use a 1/4 cup measuring cup. That's how big these cookies are. All right, here we go. So it says to spray inside of here with some oil, or put some oil in there, so this is easier to get out, but I'm not finding it easier to get out. And you're going to roll this into a little ball, and you're going to roll it in the sugar. Well, good luck on this one. Okay, let's put these over here, and let's get rid of this. If I get one. I'm wondering if I should have put a little bit more flour in. But... oh, there's going to be 6. They say there's going to be more than 6 of these. They're supposed to make a dozen. Wait, is this more than a cup? I don't want, yeah, they're big enough as it is. And when I'm done with all of these, everything goes in the freezer. Here we go. Well, that's 1 dozen cookies. But when you go to work, just think of it as 3 or 4 cookies that you're getting. They'll come out pretty big, and I don't have them real standardized, but we'll see how they come out. Oh, and I have to press down on these. It says, get your fingers a little wet so you don't stick. Dampen your fingers with water and press down lightly on each cookie to flatten it a little and to dampen the top. So you're just going to go like that. And not, here I have to get my hands wet again. There. I guess it adds moisture to the top here. Here they go. They're going to go in. I'm going to set the timer for 12 minutes. Okay, welcome back. These are out of the oven. You'll notice there's one missing. I ate it. It was absolutely delicious. It didn't matter that I didn't turn them around. It said turn them around after halfway through, and I misread it. So don't knock yourself over that. That turned out just fine. And now what am I going to do this? Well, same thing I did with the other one. Because if I don't put these in the freezer, I will eat another 3 of them. So here it is. And it's a little crunchy on the outside, which it's supposed to be, and soft on the inside.